Journal nutrition and sports nutrition is totally different. People feel that we should follow keto or we should follow intermittent dieting or high protein diet, but they were not specifically for weight loss or for athletes. Clinical nutritionists cannot follow sports nutritionists. Keto diet was specifically for epilepsy patients. कभी आपने देखा है कि कोई 10 गोल मार लेता है? नहीं मार सकता. तो अगर मुझे एनर्जी एक्सपेंडिचर पता होगा कि मैंने 4000 कैलोरी बर्न किया है, इसका मतलब मुझे 4000 कैलोरी रिप्लेनिश करना है. When I'm on a weight loss condition, in a stage where I want to lose weight or I want my athlete to lose weight, I deplete my liver glycogen.
Hello everyone, welcome back to HGT Pulse, your daily dose of what now and what next. I am your host शिवम तिवारी और आज हम जानेंगे एथलेटिक्स और न्यूट्रिशन के बारे में. इसी के लिए हमारे साथ जुड़ चुके हैं डॉक्टर महक शर्मा, जिन्हें 12 साल का एक्सपीरियंस है और जो कि फिलहाल अभी प्रोफेसर हैं मानव रचना यूनिवर्सिटी में. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट आवर पॉडकास्ट. वेलकम मैम. मैम मेरा पहला क्वेश्चन आपसे ये है कि एथलीट को ट्रेनिंग से पहले और कंपटीशन से पहले क्या खाना चाहिए जो उसकी इफेक्टिवनेस को बढ़ा सकता है एनर्जी लेवल को.
And I'm very excited to inform you about many components which are important for athletes, players. So the question that you have asked me that कि क्या important है खाना. So most of the athletes feel that it's basically the proteins which is very much required and most important nutrient when it comes to nutrition for an athlete. But it is not that. It is basically your carbohydrates. So carbohydrate is loading, the carbohydrate part has to be enhanced so that your glycogen loading can be done and then you can perform better. So best way, before 3 hours of your competition, eat proper meal. And India is excellent in that because we have pulse, we have dal, roti, chawal, and then we have a curd, then we have a glass of lassi, and we have all the components which are required by the body for performing with excellence. So if I talk in technical terms, it is 4 grams per kg body weight of your carbohydrate should be consumed 4 hours prior or 3 hours prior to your competition, and immediately 1 hour prior to your competition you can have 1 glass of juice or you can have a fruit, but with high glycemic index, means the food should not have enough fiber. Okay. And immediately just 1 minute prior to exercise, we don't recommend anything. We can recommend, 1 hour prior, you can recommend banana also. So banana is a very, very superfood for athletes. Okay, so the only reason why we are including them is because we want them to have more glycogen load, more glucose present in the blood, so that they can utilize and they can perform in excellence.
Ma'am, my next question is, what is your opinion on the diets of ketos, magnesium?
People feel that we should follow keto or we should follow intermittent dieting or high protein diet, but they were not specifically for weight loss or for athletes. They were specifically for a medical condition. Like keto diet was specifically for epilepsy patients. Okay, so epilepsy patient got improved when they were taking keto diet. Okay, but and another component like your intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting was not for athletes. Why? Because in the end we need carbohydrate loading. We need carbohydrates in liver and as well as in muscle. So if you don't have carbohydrate, the person will not perform with excellence. So my recommendation is no. With a proper athletic diet which should you take, which should contain at least 50 to 60% of carbohydrate and 12 to 15 or 18% of protein, and rest should comes from fat, but not keto diet, intermittent fasting or any other fat diets which has been recommended in the society right now.
So ma'am, what are the difference between general nutrition and sport nutrition?
That's a very good point. Journal nutrition and sports nutrition is totally different. I've been teaching sports nutrition from past 8-9 years, and whenever I teach, I get something different out of it. Okay, so when I talk about physiology of a diseased person, like clinical nutrition, or physiology of an athlete is totally different. You cannot use the same general parameters on an athlete because the requirement is totally different. So for me, a person who's a diseased person, like for example, if he is a PCOD person or she is a PCOD patient, in that part, my requirement of nutrients will change. For an athlete, it is different from even an athlete to a boxer, to a swimmer, to a shooter, because there are 5 categories in which we create the diet plans. So it's totally different. And a person who is a clinical nutritionist cannot follow sports nutritionist. You need to do a specific course for it so that you can actually give better input to these athletes and get better performance. One more point I would like to elaborate on that, because whenever we feel that athletes come to us and they say that, okay, ma'am, we want to lose our weight also, but we don't want to decrease our performance. But it is not possible, because when I am working on losing on the weight of the athletes, what happened that my athlete, I have to reduce the carbohydrate load.
Yeah.
On the other hand, performance work on carbohydrate increase. Yes, so it never goes hand in hand. So need to be focused on either you want to lose your weight or you want to improve your performance.
Yeah.
So losing weight we recommend in recovery period.
सो मैम जैसे एक एथलीट है, उसको अपनी कैलोरीज इनटेक करनी है बट वो कर नहीं पा रहा है, सो कुछ आप मुझे एग्जांपल बता सकते हैं स्पोर्ट्स के जो कि वो इनटेक कर ले, अगर उसको इजीली मिल जाए चीज़ों?
See, carbohydrate intake is not a big problem. Why? Because in India we are a cereal based population. We eat cereals. We don't eat proteins in there. Yeah, when you look at Western conditions, they are the one who are eating more of protein based food. We are plant based foods. Yeah. So carbohydrate is not a problem. The problem comes that we need to analyze our energy expenditure first. तो अगर मुझे एनर्जी एक्सपेंडिचर पता होगा कि मैंने 4000 कैलोरी बर्न किया है, इसका मतलब मुझे 4000 कैलोरी रिप्लेनिश करना है ताकि मैं परफॉर्मेंस इन्हांस कर सकूं. ओके, यूजुअली जब हम क्लिनिकल न्यूट्रिशन की बात करते हैं तो अगर आप 3000 कैलोरी बर्न कर रहे हो, वी डोंट गिव यू 3000 कैलोरीज, अदरवाइज यू स्टार्ट गेनिंग वेट, बिकॉज देयर आर अदर BMR factors and other thermogenesis factors which are involved in it. For an athlete, the BMR is very, very high. For them, getting that much calorie is very important ताकि वो perform excellence कर सके. So that is not a problem. The only thing is that you plan, what new term which has come up now is chrono nutrition, timely. You plan timely, okay. When I had my breakfast, within 2 hours I have to take my mid morning, then I have to take my lunch, within 2 hours I have to take my evening snack and then dinner. And with sports athletes, because they're performing, like doing physical activity for a longer time, they have to take in the recovery period, like after completion of the exercise, within half an hour, 1 gram per kg body weight of carb, and then again after 1 hour, 1.5 grams, again after 1 hour, 1.5 grams. The problem is the people don't know that. Only the awareness need to be created. Once the awareness will create, it will become very easy for them to take 4000 calorie or 5000 calorie in a planned manner. Okay, that's an only concept. So I recommend, if you're an athlete, you should always consult a sports nutritionist. It will not only improve your performance but also improves your cognitive functions.
Yeah. So ma'am, your point is excellent. I like that because I am also an athlete. मुझे भी कभी कभी इशू होते हैं, मेरी कैलोरीज इनटेक नहीं हो पाती है और जैसे मुझे इंजरीज हो जाती हैं तो मैं रिकवर नहीं कर पाता हूँ बहुत जल्दी. सो आई गेट डाउनफॉल्स बैक टू बैक. सो मैं हाउ कैन आई रिकवर फ्रॉम दैट?
Exactly. So the recovery part is that, dear, you have to plan your diet. So for example, if you are a morning physical activity person, so in the morning you wake up by 4 o'clock. So physical activity start by 5 o'clock.
Right.
Yes. So 4 o'clock you need to be very planned that, okay, I have to take 1 glass of milk with 1 or 2 bananas. Okay, that's a pre-meal. Okay, I usually don't recommend milk, but if you're able to digest it while you're performing the activity, it's excellent. Okay, because many athletes have GI problems after taking milk. So try it for 1 or 2 days. If everything is okay with you, continue 1 glass of milk and 2 bananas. Okay, after 7 o'clock, you will start with your activity. So there is an isotonic drink we usually take. So isotonic drink is basically like Gatorade. So Gatorade is one of the biggest example of isotonic drink. It is similar to your body composition, the carbohydrate, the salt, the electrolytes. But for example, it's very costly drink. So simply what you have to do, you have to use 60 grams of sugar or glucose in 1 liter of water, and sip by sip take it after every 20 minutes. So after every 20 minutes, take 100 ml of that. That will give you energy to continue your activity without touching your liver glycogen. Okay. After that, after 3 hours of that activity, you, for example, you finish your activity at 10 o'clock. Okay. So by 10 o'clock, you, within half an hour, you take either one very simple carbohydrate meal or food, like for example, peanut butter, okay, with 1 glass of juice, okay, and as well as a little bit of protein, at least 15 to 20 grams of protein immediately within half an hour of activity. That is called an anabolic cycle. And then you continue eating. So what usually athletes do, वो खाते हैं, उसके बाद वो नहीं खाते हैं, उसके बाद वो 2 घंटे तक खाते ही नहीं हैं. So there is the time when the glycogen resynthesis take place, and उसके 1 घंटे बाद, मतलब अगर आपने 10 बजे लिया या 10:30 लिया, तो आपको 11:30 फिर आपको प्रॉपर मील लेना है. चाहे आप उसमें स्मूदी बनाएं, स्मूदी में आप ओट्स डालें, उसमें आप कर्ड डालें, कर्ड, ओट्स, fruits, a little bit of sugar into it to just make it tasty, and then you consume the whole full meal. Okay, and then again, Mana, you just take whatever you want, either fruits or vegetables or salads. So the third meal can be complex. Okay, but the first 2 meals has to be simple, so that it get absorbed and the resynthesis of the glycogen take place, and then you're ready for the next session next day. Okay, so that you can do.
What roles did the nutrition play in burnout or fatigue?
The nutrient again is carbohydrate. It's the most important nutrient, because what happened that carbohydrate, when you eat carbohydrate food, specifically when it comes to simple carbohydrate, it's some amount of complex carb, they basically convert into glycogen in your liver and in your muscle. Okay, so muscle glycogen the body use once you start doing activity. A time will come like 60% when the glycogen is utilized, then the body switch to glucose, which is present in the blood, and finally body switch to liver glycogen, which is in your liver. Okay, that converts into glucose and being supplied to the muscles. Now, problem comes when you use excess amount of liver glycogen, because the liver glycogen is the one which set fatigues in the body. Okay, so when I'm on a weight loss condition, or in a stage where I want to lose weight, or I want my athlete to lose weight, I deplete my liver glycogen so that the body will use fat, because if the liver glycogen is not utilized, it will not switch to fat. So if some amount of liver glycogen is utilized, the body will switch to fat, and the fat burning will start. Okay, so if I want my athlete to lose weight, I go to a stage where I burn the liver glycogen, and obviously it will set fatigue within 1.5 hours or 2 hours. Okay, but if I don't want my athlete to set fatigue or to develop fatigue, in that condition, I will supplement his diet during activity with isotonic drink. So the drink will supply glucose throughout the activity in the blood, so body will not switch to liver. Maybe a little bit of liver is utilized, but not that much that it will set fatigue. So those who were consuming isotonic drink throughout those 3 hours able to continue for a longer duration and not able to develop enough amount of fatigue. So fatigue will come. It is a basic rule. It will set. But how to reduce the fatigue, that is what we are talking about. I can delay the fatigue. I cannot stop the fatigue. Okay, so how I delay the fatigue? I delay the fatigue by using isotonic drinks during my activity, and that will give me more energy. In the end, after the post exercise, I'm eating lot of carbohydrates, so it will replenish back. So that's how we delay the fatigue. Now, this is specifically for athletes who are runners or doing long duration activities like marathon runners, okay, or cyclists. But for example, if you are a strength person, in that part, fatigue will set because the body will produce lactic acid. Okay, so pyruvate, rather than going to citric acid cycle, converts into lactic acid, and that lactic acid will build in your muscle, and that's why after doing 4-5 sets you are not able to perform more. It's because the lactic acid has been set the fatigue in the muscles. So for that we cannot do anything. We can only do that. We can reduce the time. We can give little what we say that time in between to not to develop more and more lactic acid. So that's why combination of anaerobic and aerobic together works better. So for example, if you look at the sports like basketball, football, cricket, so they have both the pathways going on, aerobic and anaerobic both. So that's why आप कभी आपने देखा है कि कोई 10 गोल मार लेता है? नहीं मार सकता, क्योंकि it will set the fatigue in the legs of the individual or the muscles of the individual because of the lactic acid production, because of the instant anaerobic activity. Okay, but while they were walking and they're running, they actually come back to the normal situation with time.
Yeah, ma'am. Can you explain anaerobic exercise?
Aerobic is something when you use large amount of oxygen. So for example, when I say running, or we say walking, brisk walking, cycling, when you do activity for a longer duration is aerobic, whereas anaerobic pathway is the one where, and in aerobic we're producing around 34 ATPs. Larger amount of ATPs means larger amount of glucose has been utilized, whereas on the other hand, in anaerobic activities, it's basically there is no use of oxygen, lack of oxygen is there, which is a strength training, like your weightlifting, okay, or we say shooting, or we say when instant activity has been developed.
मैम, जो अभी जैसे देश हमारा आगे बढ़ रहा है, तो हमारे देश में नए एथलीट्स आ रहे हैं, तो उनके लिए आप क्या टिप्स दे सकते हो कि कैसे वो इन्हांस कर सकते हैं रिकवर या इंजरी जो उनको होती है उन सब में?
Thank you so much, Shivam, for asking that, because it's a very, very important point. So first I recommend all the athletes to please refer one sports nutritionist. Very, very important. Not clinical nutritionist, not any nutritionist, a sports nutritionist, because they are the one who knows your need. Okay. Second, please don't go with fad diets. They are not recommended for you. They are not being made for you. They are made for specific medical conditions. So I will not recommend for any fad diets. Third, I want you to understand that carb is the very, very important point. So if you're eating good amount of rice, please go ahead. There is nothing wrong in eating rice. There is nothing wrong in eating potato, because they are excellent source of carbohydrate while you're doing activity. Okay, and focus on protein but not more than carbs. So you need not more than for an athlete you need more than you need at least 1.2 grams of carbs, not 2 grams. Okay, what the athletes are doing, they're taking larger amount of protein, and that's what is happening, they're cutting down to the carbs. So it should be opposite, and carbs should be consumed but not in a very large amount, in a moderate amount which is recommended by a sports athlete or sports nutritionist. So don't think that everybody, see, now it's a scenario when you are working with multidisciplinary researchers or multidisciplinary sciences together. So for psychology you need to have a psychologist, for nutrition you need to have a nutritionist, for injury purpose you need to have a physiotherapist, okay, for training purpose you need to have a sports science coach. Okay, so you need to work with all of them together so that you can perform better and you can achieve anything.
Yeah.
But you need to know that only one person will not be able to give you everything. Okay, that's my final message for them.
Thank you,
so
ma'am.
much. Thank you, Shivam, for being such a nice host to me.
Thank you, ma'am, for joining us, and follow HGT Pulse for more updates. I hope you like this video.